no forecast of snow or rain. As you look at Amos Zeraway, and it is Ferris who will kick it off for the Orangemen. Ball goes into the end zone as we waited for it to go out of bounds, and let's check in with Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Well, Ron, on Monday, following the loss to Virginia Tech, the West Virginia senior captors called a meeting, players only. For 15 minutes, Sean Foreman did a lot of the talking about the fact that maybe a loss doesn't disgust his team as much as it's used to or as much as it should. There's talk about effort or lack of it in practice. And finally, he said that when you come in here against a team that we do honestly hate, then we've got to make a difference. In the first 15 minutes, Ron, he said, you're going to find out how significant that 15 minutes was on Monday.
Adrian, I think that's extremely right on, because if West Virginia is going to win this football game tonight, I think they've got to get off the snide and do it quickly. Bulger going to throw on first down. Right over the middle, got his man. That's Beck, the tight end. Out to the 40-yard line, good for 20. Here are the lineups offensively. Bulger at quarterback, Zeraway, and the fullback is Anthony Green. At times, Green will be out, though, and we'll see as many as 4 wide receivers. This is the way they line up out there. Beck, the tight end, who just got the pass. Saunders, Foreman, and Corey Ivy. We will see those 3 for sure. And up front, DeGros and Pukinas, very good offensive linemen, and both are academic All-Americans. Zeraway, first carry of the night, turns the corner, 5, 6, 7 yards. Keith Bullock is there to make the stop for Syracuse, and it gives us an opportunity to check out Syracuse, and the Orangemen start this way. Pilon, Simpkins, Coleman, and Pettijohn up front. The linebackers, and this is a very good group. Greenwood, Gibbs, and Bullock, who just made the tackle. And in the secondary, Nash and Allen will be tested tonight. Quentin Harris and Jason Poles. Poles is the man who made the interception return for a touchdown last year at Syracuse that turned this game around. Zeraway. Nice job defensively by Syracuse. It's Greenwood and Pilon.
The initial stop.
Ron, you see on that play, right, as soon as the pitch went to Amos Zeraway, the safeties, Quentin Harris and Jason Poles, came down hard, and so Mark Bulger has to find a way to control those safeties. Otherwise, Amos Zeraway is not going to run against the 2-deep secondary of Syracuse.
Third down on the line to make. They need to take it to the 50. That was Ivy in motion, top of the screen. Bulger, beautiful throw, beautiful catch. It's Ivy, the motion man, and just like that, the Mountaineers are inside Syracuse territory. That's good for 26 yards.
Ron, Mark Bulger shows you right there why Don Nalen thinks so highly of his young quarterback, because he was trying to go to the split inside this way. He's going to look to split in. He's not he's covered. He goes back to the backside and hits Corey Ivy. So a good job of a quarterback using his head, keeping his head on a swivel, finding the receiver that's open.
Bulger leads the Big East over 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, and you see 7 interceptions this year. Play action, under pressure this time. Gets it off, got a man open. 19-yard line is Foreman, and Sean is going to take it down inside the 10. It is first and goal, Mountaineers.
Ron, you're seeing a quarterback. Now, I know we've only had 4 plays, but you're seeing a quarterback that's using his eyes tonight, and he's finding the open receivers. He comes back again, looking to split inside. Now, he takes his head to Sean Foreman. Sean Foreman works to get away from the coverage. He does a hairpin outside against Jason Poles and makes that catch. This is all made by Mark Bulger and Sean Foreman, who did a nice job adjusting.
Well, you see the difference in that Virginia Tech game and the rest of the season for him. That pass blocked at the line of scrimmage, knocked down by 31, Stan Gibbs.
Stan Gibbs with a nice job because Sean Foreman was open again. Stan Gibbs with his hands up deflected the ball of Mark Bulger, but I am really impressed with Mark Bulger's start here, because he has his head on a swivel, finding open receivers and doing it quickly, Ron.
3 of 4, 68 yards for Bulger. to open the ball game. Second down and goal. 22 touchdowns, 4 field goals inside the 20. Right up the middle at the 2-yard line. Amos Zaraway going to be wrapped up by Keith Bullock.
Well, a lot of weapons on this West Virginia football team, and you can see right away that Syracuse is trying to stop Amos Zaraway, and that's opened the passing game for Mark Bolger. Now, you throw the football, you open up the running game for Amos Zaraway. They said they want to get him the football 25 to 30 times.
Well, we'll see. The ball is now 2.5 yards away. This is the 8th play of the drive as we play in the first 3 minutes and plus of this opening quarter, and a timeout is called by West Virginia. So let's take a break. No score, and the Mountaineers sitting on the lip of the cup. So the situation, if you just joined us, this is going to be the 9th play of the drive, and West Virginia has taken it right down the field, starting from their own 20-yard line, and they are 2.5 yards away, and it's 3rd down. And Mike, to my way of thinking, they don't need a field goal here. They need to take in for a touchdown.
No, and this is where you look for Sean Foreman a little bit, but you got Amos Zaraway, so you got both the run and the throw here.
It's Corey Ivy in motion, and the fade route comes to this side. Touchdown, Sean Foreman.
No, they knocked it away, Ron, at the last second. Jason Poles made the play on Sean Foreman. They threw the fade to the 6'2" wide receiver, but Jason Poles knocked it away.
And they are going to go for it. No, they're not. I beg your pardon.
Here's the replay on Sean Foreman going up for the ball. Jason Poles with his right hand. He just couldn't control it. I don't know if he hit it. I don't think Sean Foreman held on.
Went right on through his arms. It sure did. Jay Taylor to attempt the field goal, and this is going to come from 19 yards away. Low kick, and he got it. So what started off as an absolutely beautiful drive by West Virginia kind of fizzles. They wind up with a field goal, but probably the way they started, you thought it should have been 7. 3-0. We'll be right back. Bulger 3 of 5, 68 yards. And you look at the numbers on the drive, 9 plays, 78 yards, 3:19 off the clock. Taylor with the field goal. And so very close to scoring the touchdown. In fact, I thought he had caught it, looked back down.
When he came down and hit, he just really never had the football. Kind of slipped right through his body. Maybe the right hand of Jason Poles bothered him. But when he hit the ground, it came out.
Oliger to kick it off.
And number
Kyle McIntosh waits at the 17. McIntosh is going to take it out to around the 29-yard line. McIntosh and Conrad are the setbacks. McIntosh, 35, 40, he's loose. Crosses midfield and is going to be caught by Charles Fisher down at the 30-yard line. Ball came loose. West Virginia wanted the football, and they won't get it. That's a run of 40 yards on 1st down.
Kyle McIntosh is going to run a counter off the wishbone set. Back to the left side, and he breaks through, gets nice blocking from Kernan and Bowen and Benowitz, and breaks into the secondary. Charles Fisher tries to strip him of the football.
Ooh, he did.
And he did.
He did strip him of the football.
But he's not going to get it.
No, he's not going to get it. But anyway, it's a 40-yard run from scrimmage.
visitor sideline, first of the game.
Well, that's early. The warning. So Paul Pasqualoni has to back his team up on that sidelines.
So we didn't even get a chance to give you the starting lineups, and McIntosh runs the counterplay, and they almost break it for the touchdown. Donovan McNabb. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions last week against Pitt. You see this rushing yardage. Quick pass. Kevin Johnson inside to 20, shoved forward by Chris Edmonds. And they're going to say he is out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and that's a gain of 15 more. So here are the lineups. McNabb with McIntosh and Conrad. And the wide receivers, very talented group. Brominski, the tight end, Lowe and Johnson. And up front with the offensive line, it all starts with Scott Kiernan, number 61. He's the veteran, and I guess you could say the bell cow of that group. 1st and 10, Orangeman from the 15-yard line of West Virginia. D. Brown comes in a tailback, number 6. Gets the handoff, little counter play right up the middle. Flag is down as he's being pushed back after a gain of 1, and it looks as though the umpire tossed that one. We all, the side judge. Offside, West Virginia. Defensively for West Virginia, Landolt, Charlton Forbes, and John Thunder Thornton. The linebackers, Stills, Edmonds, Caden, and Barrett Green. And in the secondary, and Charles Fisher and Scooter Davis are the guys that are going to get tested often and early tonight. Porter and Tompkins are the safeties. McIntosh checks back into the lineup, the tailback, number 28. They give it to him right up the middle, down to the 5-yard line, and he fights his way very close to the 3.
Well, you made the point. When West Virginia came down here, you can't settle for 3 against this Syracuse offensive football team. They're averaging 44 points a game. And when we talked to Mark Bolger, the quarterback, and Danny Simrel, the offensive coordinator, and Don Nalen, they all said it's going to take 30 to 40 points by our offense to win this football game. So they expect a high-scoring shootout.
Look at the numbers on Syracuse this year. Inside to 20. 26 touchdowns and 5 field goals. 31 of 34. Pretty darn good efficiency. Boy, B. Brown gets hit, and he is really attacked hard at the line of scrimmage. 23, Scooter Davis, one of the first men to come up, along with John Thornton on the tackle for West Virginia.
Ron, here's where Syracuse has been efficient down here, as you mentioned, with the numbers. They use their tight ends very well down here inside the 10-yard line. But Donovan McNabb's so active. He can run the option. He can sprint out. Conrad's a good pass receiver. They just got so many weapons inside the 10-yard line.
2nd and goal, and again they go with the wishbone set. McNabb down the line. He'll turn it up and he'll score. Landolt appeared to have him, and he let him go.
The fake. He faked him out when he faked the ball like he was going to pitch it. But that's the problem when you get inside the 5-yard line defending Syracuse. You've got a quarterback that can run the option, and he may be the best running back as he comes down. Watch him move right here. He fakes the ball. And Charles Fisher, I think, also, Landau, both of them
ran
took
right
the
in
fake.
front of him. All he had to do was fall down in front of him. Wow.
Nate Trout with the extra point, and he's got it. So 9 minutes and 12 seconds left to play, opening quarter, and Syracuse shows us why they are undefeated in conference play and challenging to make it to the BCS.